The village had no name on any map anymore, not because it was too small. Plenty of hamlets, smaller than this, still get their little dot and tiny letters, but because people stopped saying it out loud. They'd say that place up the old timber road, or the one past the black orchard, or just, there. And everyone knew. I first heard about it properly when I was 23, home for the summer from university, bored out of my skull in the next valley over. My cousin Emerald, always the one with the worst ideas and the best weed, came over one night smelling like pine resin and cheap rock. He sat on the hood of his beat-up Fiat, feet dangling, and said, "You ever been to the cursed village?" I laughed. Which one? Every third village in these mountains has some ghost story attached. Not like this one. He didn't smile. They say if you spend the whole night there sunset to sunrise, you either come back changed or you don't come back at all. I rolled my eyes. Classic. Bet the punchline is some old woman with no eyes or a dog that walks backward. He looked at me for a long second, longer than Emra usually looks at anything. They don't let dogs in anymore, he said quietly. The last one that went in came out alone, still wearing the collar. No blood, just empty. That shut me up for maybe 3 seconds. Then I said the sentence that would fuck up the next 4 years of my life. Prove it. Emra didn't want to go. Swear to God he didn't. But I was the one who'd moved to the city, the one who talked like he knew everything now, so he felt he had to match me. Pride is a hell of a drug. We left the following Friday after dark. No moon. Just headlights cutting through fog, so thick looked like the mountains were breathing. The timber road hadn't been maintained since the early 90s, saplings growing straight through the asphalt in places. Emra drove slower and slower until we were basically crawling. At one point, something big and dark moved just outside the beam, too fast to make out. We both pretended we hadn't seen it. Around 2340, the trees suddenly stopped, just gone, like someone drew a line with a ruler and said, "Nature ends here." Ahead of us, stone houses with slate roofs, a tiny square with a dried-up fountain, a minaret that leaned slightly to the left like it was tired. No lights, no smoke from chimneys, no dogs barking, nothing. Emra killed the engine. The silence was so complete, my ears actually hurt for a second. "We're here," he whispered, like saying it louder might wake something up. I opened the door. Cold air rushed in, colder than it should have been for mid-September. Smelled like wet limestone and something faintly metallic. We stepped out. First thing I noticed, the fountain. The basin was full of black water, even though it hadn't rained in weeks. Not a ripple, not a leaf floating, just mirror-flat oil. I walked closer. My reflection looked wrong. Not distorted, just older. The jawline sharper, eyes sunken. Like someone fast-forwarded me 20 years in 2 seconds. I stepped back fast. Emra was staring at the minaret. "You hear that?" he asked. I listened. At first nothing. Then very faint. A kind of low, slow scraping. Like someone dragging a heavy sack of grain across stone floors. Coming from inside the mosque. Not loud, but constant. Scra-ba-ba. Scra-da. Scra-a-a. We looked at each other. "We can still leave," Emra said, voice cracking on the last word. I should have said yes. Instead, I said, "We just got here." So we walked toward the square. That was mistake number 1. The second mistake was looking into the windows. Most of the houses had shutters closed, but one second house on the left, blue door half off its hinges, had a single window open, just a crack inside. Complete darkness. But something moved. Not fast, not slow either. Just shifted like a shadow, deciding to stand up. Then a face appeared behind the glass. Not pressed to it. Not dramatic. Just suddenly there. Pale. Mouth slightly open. Eyes completely white. No pupil. No iris. Just milk. It didn't blink. Neither did I. Emra grabbed my arm so hard I felt fingernails. "Don't look at it," he hissed. Too late. The face tilted. Very slow. Like a dog hearing a new sound. Then the mouth moved. No sound came out. But I swear I heard it anyway. Inside my skull. Soft. Almost gentle. "You're late." Emra yanked me backwards so hard, almost fell. We ran. Not heroic slow motion running. Panicked. Stumbling. Arms flailing running. We made it maybe 20 meters when every shutter in the village slammed open at the exact same moment. Bang, 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 bang. Like gunfire. We froze. Every single window now framed a face. All the same. White eyes. Slightly open mouths. All tilted at the same angle. Watching. Not angry. Not sad. Just waiting. Emra started crying. Quiet little sobs. He was 25. I'd never seen him cry before. I wanted to say something reassuring. Instead, I whispered. We walked very slow. Back to the car. Don't run. Don't look back. He nodded. We turned. And that was mistake number 3. Because when we turned, the car wasn't there. Just empty road. Fog thicker now. And tire tracks ending exactly where we'd parked.